Samoa had to sit out the first round of Rugby World Cup games. They'll want to get themselves off the mark against Chile. My name is Mark. Let's talk rugby. Samoa versus Chile. It is in the Stade de Bordeaux in Bordeaux. It's on Saturday, the 16th of September, and kickoff is at 2 p.m. BST. This is world number 11 versus world number 22. So we'll have a quick look at both teams. I'm going to butcher probably all of the names, so apologies for that. Let's start with Samoa. So front row, we got James Lay, Seilala Lam, and Michael Alalatoa. So a really decent front row there. Michael Alalatoa as well. He had a really good season too. And it's good to see, like, I guess he's a co-captain, right? They don't have a straight up captain, but yeah, he's going to provide, I think, good leadership to the team there as well. And it's a decent front row, especially against Chile. They should be able to do a job. The second row, then they got Chris Vui and Theo McFarland. So two decent players in the second row as well. Like, Samoa, they have talent throughout the team, I think, and a lot of these guys they've got ball skills as well. It's not just the usual things you would expect from a forward, and a lot of them are kind of backs trapped in the bodies of forwards at times. I think you've got the back row. Then we've got Teleni Sui, Fritz Lee, and Stephen Luatua. So Luatua, excellent player. And, it's good to see him playing for Samoa now. But, again, just they've got quality there in the back row. And, they've got some big units as well in the forwards, and guys who love to carry all day too, and always going to be looking for those offloads. Into the halfbacks, then we've got Jonathan Taumatene and Christian Leilefano. So Leilefano, he's a bit of a kind of Rolls Royce of a 10, I would say. He's just got silky skills, and to get that back line ticking, I think he's a perfect player for them. The wings, then we got Nigel Wong and Danny Toala. So plenty of try scoring ability there on the wings. In the centres, then we've got Tumua Manu and Ulupanu Jr. Sautini. Sautini he's there's talent in his team, but he's one that stands out for me. Maybe because I've just seen him a bit more than a lot of the other players, other than kind of Leilefano or Luatua. But yeah, I think he's a special player. Then we got Duncan Paiao. Did he score a try against Ireland? I think he may have done. Maybe my memory is wrong, but I think he may have done. Onto the bench, then we got Samu Malolo, Jordan Lay, Paul Alo Emil, Samuel Slade, Sa Jordan Taufua, Eratara Inari, Lima Sapuanga. Sapuanga, again, just talent to come off the bench there. And Ed Fido. So, they've got some good players coming off the bench too. So they're not going to drop off too much when those guys come on. On to then the Chile team. So hang on, let me pull it up here. Okay, here we go. So front row, they got Javier Carrasco, Thomas Dusalant, and Matthias Dittas. So Dittas, he got the yellow card against Japan, right? But I thought he had a pretty okay game, and they didn't get didn't do too badly, I thought, against Japan overall. Second row, then they got Pablo Huete and Santiago Pedrero. The back row, then we got Captain Martin Sigrin. He's another one that got a yellow card against Japan, but still, I thought he played very well for the time he was on the pitch. You have Clement Saavedra and Raimundo Martinez as well. So, I thought the back row as well was, decent at times against Japan, but they've obviously, threats at the breakdown there as well, and good carriers too. The halfbacks then got Marcelo Torrealba and Rodrigo Fernandez. Fernandez was a try scorer against Japan. I think their opening try, right? Their first try, he got that. Then the wings got Jose Ignacio Larenas and Santiago Videla. So they were okay against Japan. I thought they could have maybe gone looking for a bit more work and a bit more maybe support running as well. Against Japan, the centers then we got Matthias Garafulik and Domingo Saavedra as well. Garafulik, he certainly got mentioned a lot in the commentary against Japan. I thought he had a bit of a mixed game, though, honestly. But then someone who I thought had a decent game was Inaki Ayarza at fullback, and he's at fullback in this one as well. Like he seems like a really good player. With ball in hand, he loves to attack, and he can make a fool of you as well if you give him too much space and just show him a gap. He's going to be through it. Then onto the bench. Then we got Diego Escobar, Salvador Luez, Esteban Inostroza, Javier Eisman. Eisman, I thought, did well against Japan, so it's kind of thought maybe he would have been starting this one. Got Alonso Escobar there as well, Ignacio Silva, Benjamin Videla, and Pablo Casas. So how do I think this one is going to go? Well, like Samoa, they gave Ireland, a really tough game in the warm-ups, and as I said, in the intro, that they've had to sit out the first weekend of games and just watch on from the TV or the hotel or the training wherever they were. But now their World Cup starts here, and they probably see with the results in the pool, especially with England beating Argentina with only 14, and Argentina not looking that great. They probably now see that there's a chance for them, but in order to get that, I think they probably need a bonus point win here against Chile to really get in the mix, because I think it's going to be tight for second place in this pool. You've got at the moment it looks like it's between Argentina, Japan, and Samoa for that second spot. Now, but England could be dragged back into that as well. Just because they got one win doesn't mean that they're automatically gonna top the pool. So it could actually be a four-way fight to get through. But Samoa, I think they're gonna have too much for Chile in this one. But it's gonna be entertaining because both teams they like to run the ball. They like to throw it around. They both run good support lines. Chile are maybe a little more elusive in the running, simply because Samoa have the option to brush off defenders a little more than maybe Chile do. But it's probably you might look at this game and think, it's the first game of the day, it's the early game. Like I'll skip it and I'll watch the later ones. I might watch the highlights later. But this one, just seeing how Chile did against Japan and how Samoa, the few times I've seen them recently, how they've played as well, I think this is actually going to be fairly entertaining. It'd be close kind of early on, but I think Samoa will just have a little bit too much power, a little bit too much experience, and just overall a little bit too much for this Chile team. And I think that they'll pull away in the end. But Chile, we saw them against Japan. Like, they're going to keep on going until the end, and they might get a score or two towards the end as well, just to bring the score a little bit back in their favor. But yeah, I think Samoa are going to take this one.